I used to pray for times like this.
It's funny that Devon gave that intro about me and that specific award because I was actually on a date the other day. But before, as I'm getting ready for the day, I hit my friend up and I'm like, what's the point of dating? This ain't gonna work out. I already stalked her Instagram. We don't even be into the same things. Her friends look annoying. What are we doing? And my friend asked me such a simple question. He said, did you just make up that story in your head? And I said, well, first of all, don't come at me like that. But two, you know my favorite exercise is jumping to conclusions. So yes, I do create stories in my head, but I know that I'm not alone. The sad thing, though, is that whenever we do jump to conclusions, it's never a happy ending. I'll give you the data to prove it. In fact, 80% of all of our thoughts as humans are negative. And these negative thoughts, 95% of them are repetitive. So on a daily basis, we're stuck in this endless loop or replay of self-doubt, imposter syndrome, and maybe something even deeper. Now, current solutions, they're inaccessible, stigmatized, or maybe too costly for us to access. So that's why we created Plurawl. The insights that you get from them are profound, but the UI is very simple and intuitive. You just vent about whatever you're experiencing, you click one button, and we use AI to help you identify the limiting beliefs that you're holding on to about yourself. So for me, fortune telling. I'm always trying to predict the future, and in these future scenarios, I always think about these worst case outcomes. Now, there are probably thousands of thoughts running through your mind as far as the consumer use cases, but we see the huge opportunity from a B2B perspective. In fact, I'll give you some examples of our traction and some of the partnerships that we have coming up. One is with Siena College. Now, their biggest challenge amongst all of colleges and universities, they don't have enough staff at their counseling centers to meet the demand when it comes to students in need of mental health. So in this fall, we're launching a pilot program with 10% of their students, which will open up access to about 3,000 students. We also have a handful of other colleges and universities that we will be running this with. Now, on the other end, we're also being integrated to benefits platforms like Gusto, very close to closing. This will give us the opportunity to tap into a group of 300,000 different organizations that that already use Gusto for payroll, but don't have the same level of access and funding to support scalable mental health. Now, getting into some of these partnerships are really difficult, but the biggest challenge, no matter what employer you are, is utilization. Utilization rates are abysmal at every organization. That's why we started not just pitching to these B2B organizations, but we created a product that people actually love using. This stat should blow your mind. On average, per session, people use Plurawl for about an hour. This is double the amount of time that people use Instagram on a daily basis. So people aren't going here just to take a breathing exercise, just to take a meditation class. People are coming here to actively learn about themselves. So we're really focused on our target audience from a B2B perspective. Although the opportunity is massive, it could literally be everybody. But for now, we're focused on organizations that are about 50 to 500 employees within the US, specifically tech companies, and just with this, we can get $1 billion outcome. We're raising $1 million to scale what's already working and turn these B2B partnerships into proven acquisition channels. We're gonna deploy this capital mostly in engineering and product to launch some of these premium features, because most of this is text-based, but pretty soon you'll be able to call Plurawl and have that whole conversation back and forth. Now, why now? Well, all this talk about AI, and Harvard Business Review just did a study that said the #1 use case for AI in 2025, it's not productivity, it's not making your work more efficient, it's actually therapy and companionship. This is how people are using AI today. Your friends, your family, your colleagues, but are they using a tool that's validated by clinicians, that they're using for an average amount of time or an hour? Questions you should ask. If they're not, I recommend pointing them to Plurawl. I'm the founder and CEO of Plurawl, Pabel Martinez, and Plurawl is a place where the W may be silent, but you no longer have to be. Thank you.